Hi, guys. Welcome back to my podcast. I hope you guys are doing super well, super amazing. You guys are staying warm. It is so freaking cold now, like freezing, but it's my favorite weather. I can't complain. It's my birthday next month. Not that I'm happy to be turning 29, the last year in my 20s, but I'm grateful of everything that I've accomplished and where I am now and where I'm going. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about a really juicy topic, kind of story that I found on TikTok. Of course, it was this woman. She was doing a this is your sign not to date a brokey, or this is your sign to date a high quality man. And by this she was referring as she's a single mom and she takes care of her child, and she's been dating this guy for a minute, right? Well, one day she decides to wake up and she's like, I'm gonna go get my coffee for the day, like a little Dutch Rose or something. So she went to get her car and she realized that her car was gone. So she's like, I woke up, my car was gone. But don't get me wrong, nobody stole it. It was actually because my car got repoed. So her car got repoed because she had not paid the note for 3 months, guys, 3 months. And she's like, it was super horrible day. I had to call up my boyfriend, like explain what happened. And she told him, hey babe, can you pass by and bring me a coffee instead, since I can't go out and go get it myself. And that he's like, oh no, I can't right now. Like, I'm busy. I'm doing whatever he was doing. And she was like pissed. She's like, I'm done with you. Like, this is over. Like, I don't see us going into the future together. And she called her best friend and explained the whole situation. And she's like, girl, I'm going to come by right now, pick you up, we'll go get a coffee, and how about we go thrifting? So her and her best friend went thrifting. They got their coffee. She's like, why do I need a dusty man when I can go and do things on my own? And I was looking at the comments. I was like, okay, girl. Um, I went to straight to the comments. Like 80% of the comments were women telling her, like, yes, girl, you deserve nothing but the last. Do not settle for any dusty man, any man that is not willing to pull through. And the other percent was like men going against her, like, you're a gold digger, you think you're the shit, like this and that. And then a few women that were against her also. So I was like, okay, personally, myself, I'm a girl's girl. If you guys know me, you know I'm a girl's girl. I will stand next to a woman. I'm not a feminist, but I will stand next to my girls, and if I have to go against a man, I will. But in this situation, I was like, okay, so this is what you're trying to say. You're a single mother, and I'm not judging her for becoming a single mother. Like, there's many situations where it's not an option, like it's not your fault, whatever the thing happened. Okay. But she got her car repoed. So in what situation would you put yourself to get a car that you can't afford to pay the note? In what situation would you allow a car to be repoed out of your possession? Like, don't get me wrong, nowadays cars are not luxuries. They are a necessity. Unless you live like in a city where transportation is very accessible, like a bus or whatever the thing is. Nowadays, transportation is a necessity. So how are you going to have a kid, but now you don't have a car? What if you need to take him to the doctors? What if you need to take him to school? Whatever the case is, how do you not have a car, but you were going to go get coffee? Like, what? On top of that, she did a haul, like, oh, a haul of what she got thrifting. Yes, thrifting has become like a trend now. I remember when we were younger, my mom used to take us thrifting because that's all we could afford. We couldn't afford expensive new items every so often. Now it's a trend to go thrifting. Like, that's why the prices are so high, because it's no longer like a second hand, like, you know, it's more of a business now. It targets everyone, not the low income people. So she did a haul. She spent over $200-300 worth of clothes. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, so you're lacking responsibility. Your priorities are not on check. You decide you want to spend on other stuff rather than a necessity. And you are expecting a high quality man. Like, that's kind of goofy to me. It's kind of ridiculous if you ask me. How can you demand a high quality man if you yourself are not a high quality woman? And don't get me wrong, like, I may be judging a little too harsh. Like, this situation, she went overboard. Like, her man literally did not take her a coffee. Like, he literally refused to take, for whatever reason. We don't know his side, what he was doing. What the case is, she took that as like, you're not willing to go the extra mile for me, you're not going 100% for me, therefore you don't deserve me. And she completely ended that relationship. And all these girls in the comments like, yes girl, you deserve nothing but the less, these dusties that are not willing to spend $5. Like, it is ridiculous to the level that us women have gotten to. Don't get me wrong, a couple years ago I was in that mentality too, where I was like, I'm a boss girl, like, I make my own money, I don't need men, I don't, whatever the case is. And it attracted a lot of brokies into my life instead of high quality men. Because a man who's high quality, he's confident, he's successful, he's responsible, he's gonna match you in different ways. You know, the verse that everybody likes to use around, it's not even a verse, it's a phrase. What do you bring to the table? A confident man, he's gonna be like, what do you bring to the table? But he's not talking about how much money you bring to the table. He's talking about what kind of responsibility, what kind of discipline you have, what kind of savings, what kind of attributes you carry yourself, right? He's gonna want a woman that's gonna make his pockets grow, not just drain them, if you know what I mean. That type of woman, that's a confident man, a successful man, an ambitious man is gonna want in a woman. That's what he wants when he tries to use that phrase, like, what do you bring to the table? Whereas there's other men or boys, I would say they're boys because they haven't matured mindfully. They use the phrase, what do you bring to the table, as in, what are you gonna pay? Are you gonna pay this type of much? Because what that is saying, I can't sustain everything on my own and I need you to fill that part. And don't get me wrong, mentioned a lot of times, I'm very, very traditional woman. I believe that a man has to be a leader, has to be the breadwinner of the home. And don't get me wrong, nowadays, like, women have careers, we have businesses, we're entrepreneurs, we're successful to the same degree as men. Like, nowadays, there's pretty much no difference in the workplace, even though there's still studies that show that men still earn a lot more than women. I feel like we're right there with them. Like, we're able to sustain a household by ourselves if we really wanted to. There's a lot of women that have their own house, their own properties, and etc. That I still believe that a man should carry the household, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I know what I bring to the table in terms of attributes and in terms of, like, self-respect and responsibility, priorities. And it's okay for me to expect the same. I expect a high quality man because I know that I bring those attributes. I'm not like, I don't go party, I don't go be unfaithful, I don't go do stuff that would lower my quality of woman that I am. I'm not saying all of those stuffs are bad and it lowers your quality. It's just how I classify myself, you know. I don't do drugs, I don't drink alcohol, I know the type of woman that I am, respectfully and humbly, and I expect to be in balance. My partner has to be. I've always keep saying over and over and over, I don't have one income. I have multiple incomes, but if I have four incomes, my boyfriend, my husband has to have 6, 8 incomes because there's no way you're going to be less ambitious than I am. That's the only way that relationships work, right? This woman, she wanted someone to like fulfill something that she was not able to do on her own. And I feel like all of us, we have to be complete, like within each other, like within independently of each other before you can go and be with someone else, right? So you have to be able to do it all on your own before you can go and meet someone and share. That way, if the person decides to leave, you're still yourself. You're still independently yourself. You're able to take care of yourself, whatever the case is. But at the same time, not being afraid to lean on the other person, right? But in her situation, I don't know if she did, but I'm assuming she didn't ask him, like, hey, I can't pay my car note. Like, this is happening. It took 3 months for her to not pay the car note to get it repoed. Like, why are you asking for a coffee? Why didn't you ask him to maybe lend you a hand with this payment so you don't lose your car? Like, why is this the last resort? You're like, they took my car. I already knew that nobody stole it. I knew that they came and picked it up. Like, how do you get to that point is my rationality. So this episode made me realize, like, just the degree that a lot of women are being, like, especially with the rise of TikTok and other platforms, that it's really difficult to understand relationships now, differentiate that gold digger mindset from a quality, good quality woman. Like it was giving like very gold digger vibes without asking a lot. And nobody wants to pressure someone or force someone to give them what you want. Like, you gotta do this or I'm gonna leave you or I'm gonna break up with you. You want to be able to match them, be in alignment with them. If they fit your attributes, their beliefs, then you guys are gonna click. But if not, it won't work out. And for that woman, like, when I was listening to her talk and like just say like, oh, I will need my coffee, I've had a horrible day and my bestie came through, she gave me an ick. Because, girl, you're a mother. You have a kid. You can't just like, I don't know how to say it without being insulting, but like, treat yourself. If you have a little being dependent on you, like, you have to put your fucking priorities up on set. Like, what are you doing? That's just me. I often think of myself, I'm like, am I being too perfectionist? Like, everything has to be perfect, when in reality, like, nothing does really come out perfect. But I'm like, no, when I have kids, I want to be prepared. I want to make sure the person that I'm with, like, he's on board with the same thing that I am. That's the only way that a relationship is going to work. When you force it for them to accommodate you, it doesn't work. Even for you, when you try to like please them too much, like do everything so that they're pleased, eventually it doesn't work because you're being fake. You're not being genuine into your own beliefs. And that girl, like, I truly, like, she expected a lot of people to feel sorry for her, which she did gain that from the comments that I was reading. Every girl was rooting her, and I'm like, girl, you're full of excuses. Like, it's, I don't want to be that girl. Like I said, I'm a girl's girl. I would definitely be on your side, but if you're right, I mean, that's my opinion. I don't know if I'm right. But show accountability, have priorities set. That makes you a high quality woman. And able to be with the high quality man. Imagine this man, he's hardworking, ambitious. He shows up, he's a protector, he is responsible. He's the whole package, like everything that a woman would want. But imagine I'm very like, I don't take care of myself. I lack accountability. Maybe I have my house, but I'm not clean. Like my house is messy. My husband's out there working and I'm over here like doing nothing. Whatever the case is, if my being is not matching his, there's no way it's gonna work out. It is what it is, right? But yeah, this story was really interesting, and it made me think about like what truly it is to be a high quality woman and a high quality man. I don't kiss my own ass and try to say that I'm a perfect woman. I'm not the prettiest, I'm not the most fit, I'm not the smartest girl, but I put myself on a pedestal and compare and say like, am I worthy? Maybe you don't think you're worthy. And like I said, because sometimes like us women, we don't feel the best. Like we don't look good. We feel like we're fat, like we have a big nose, we have big cheeks, whatever the case is. And you think that men base you off of that, like your looks. But in reality, they care a lot about your attributes and your personality, your responsibility, priorities. That is what you bring to the table, to the correct guy. But anyways, guys, this episode was a little bit short, but I think that topic is very interesting. I would love to sit down, like I said, and have a conversation with my boyfriend and see like what worked for us in this relationship. I think everybody who's ever dated someone has faced relationship problems, and how you overcame those relationship problems. There's people that are married 50, 60, 70 years and they have successful marriages, So what is the difference from now? Is it that back then, a woman used to stay even though there was infidelity? They were financially tied to the man? Or was it that there was like no social media? There was no like different ways that people cheat nowadays or be unfaithful and all of that. But I think it would be interesting to talk about like why, how we worked our problems and how we are here now, how we continue to maneuver our relationship. And it's interesting to talk about that. But anyways, guys, I will see you guys next week. Stay warm. It's freezing. Hope you guys come back next week for more juicy topics. And I hope you guys liked last week's topic on spirituality. I find that a lot of those videos get less views than the relationship ones, but it's important to talk about those because not a lot of people are aware of these type of topics. But anyways, guys, a lot of rambling. I will see you guys next week. Bye.